Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Extension. Welcome to Math. Today is very exciting. We are going to talk about multiple unit multipliers. So if you would do me a favor, we kind of brushed upon this once before, so it's not completely new for you. But under unit multipliers, and today we are talking about multiple unit multipliers, which means more than one, in case you missed out on that. Now we are talking about multiple, which means many, or now remember again, and I cannot emphasize this enough, that it is always about the labels. Always about the labels. Now there are two instances of multiple unit multipliers we need to look at. One of them is when you're talking about either square or cubic units. For example, if you were asked to convert, let me find it here. If they ask you to convert 9 square feet to 9 square inches, so here is the problem. Convert 9 feet squared to square inches. Here is your thought, and remember, it is about the labels. 9 square feet means you have 9 feet. Notice the square goes with the label. It's not 9 squared, it's 9 feet squared, which means you have 9 feet times feet. That is what you're trying to convert. So I put that over 1, and the deal is if I am looking to get the labels to cross off, I need feet here, which will cross off with one of them, but I also need a second label of feet there to cross off with that second one. So if you have multiple labels here, you have to have a unit multiplier to cross off with each one. And I'm changing it into square inches, so the inches would go here. Then hopefully you know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot and 12 inches in a foot. So your answer is, ladies and gentlemen, 9 times 12 times 12. And the label feet have crossed off, and you are left with inches times inches, which is inches squared. And if you did that math there, we could do 12 times 12 is 144, and multiply that by 9, and you would get 36, carry the 3, 36, 39, 3, 1,296 inches squared. That is the answer to this one. Or another example might be 1 meter cubed. 1 meter cubed. 1 meter cubed, and I want to change that into centimeters cubed, question mark. All right, again, following the rules, the 3 does not go with the 1, it goes with the label meters, so I need to cross off 1 meter times meter times meter, and I need a unit multiplier to cross off with each of these m's. So we have 1, 2, 3, and I'm converting it into centimeters, centimeters, centimeters. And you may have to look in your notes or look somewhere to find out how many centimeters are in a meter, but it is 100 centimeters per meter. So, and here we go. Meter label crosses off with a meter, a second meter with a second meter, and a third meter with a third meter, which means you end up with on top 100 times 100 times 100 centimeters times centimeter times centimeter, which is centimeters cubed. And those hundreds times themselves would give you 6 zeros, which is 1,000,000 centimeters cubed. Okay, so that is one instance when you would use multiple unit multipliers. It's when you have these lengths and you have cubic units. Now, another time you would have to use multiple unit multipliers would be if you see something like this. If I asked you to convert, if I asked you to change 10 yards per second, 10 yards per second, and I want to change that to feet per minute. Feet per minute. So asking why you're going to need a couple there, because you're changing two things. You're changing yards to feet and you're changing seconds to minutes. So you always start off with what you have here, and I have 10 yards, and remember the word per is a fraction line, per 1 second. Nothing in front of the second there. And I need to change that. So here, it doesn't matter the order you do this. You can either change yards to feet first or seconds to minutes. Let's just do yards to feet first. If yards are on top here, you have to put yards on bottom over there. And what am I changing yards into feet? And here's where you have to have a little bit of knowledge here. There are 3 feet in 1 yard. So now I've just converted my yards. Now I need to convert my seconds. So since seconds is on the bottom here, it will have to go on top there. I am changing seconds into minutes. So minutes goes on the bottom. There are 60 seconds in 1 minute. And then boom, that crosses off my label second. So now my 2 labels that are left are what I want, feet per minute. I just have to do the math. On top I have 10 times 3 times 60 feet. And that's all over 1 times 1 times 1 minutes. 1 minute. And if you do the math there, what's that? 10 times 3 is 30. 30 times 60 is 1,800 feet per minute. Voila. Piece of cake. 2 unit multipliers. Converted that there. And the last one, let's check this one out. 1 gallon per day. I want to change 1 gallon per day. And I want to change that into how many quarts per hour. Quarts per hour. So I take what I know, 1 gallon per day. I'll put the numbers there. I need to change both the gallons to quarts and the days to hours. Let's do the days to hours first. So since days is on the bottom here, it has to go on top over here, and hours would go on the bottom. There are 24 hours in a day. So now my days have been gone. And then I'm going to change gallons into quarts. Since gallons is on top there, it goes on the bottom here. Quarts goes up here. There are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. If you look at Mr. Gallon, that's what he says. So now gallons are gone. Okay, I have now quarts per hour. 1 times 1 times 4 is 4 quarts on top. On the bottom, I have 24 times 1 times 1. It is 24 hours. Okay, now what do I do with this? Well, I can simplify this. Hold on a second. Did I do something wrong? No, I didn't. Okay, this can be reduced. 4 goes into 4 once. Boom. Okay, so I have 1 quart per 6 hours. Now, generally, 7th grade, we don't say it like this. Okay, we kind of split it apart. Instead of saying 1 quart per 6 hours, we say it as, we put the fraction here, 1/6. This is 1/6 of a quart per hour. 1/6 of a quart per hour. And that's how we would say that thing there. So hopefully that made some sort of a impact on your life. Hopefully you're forever changed. Hopefully you understood some of it. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.